So I'm Christina and I'm the co-founder and partner of Domeyard LP. Domeyard is a hedge fund focused on high-frequency trading. So we use a lot of AI, machine learning-based techniques behind some of the strategies and some of the selection process that we do in our company. But we basically are in the financial services industry. So we started Domeyard from a dorm room about 7 years ago from today. So we were students back then at MIT, undergrads, and didn't have a lot of experience, but we wanted to, it was just exciting to be able to compete in the financial industry. And I guess back then, FinTech didn't really exist. So combining technology and finance together, and before it was a huge buzzword, was also just really exciting naturally to us. So it just kind of came around naturally. And today we still do the same thing, except we're not in a dorm room anymore. We're now in an office space in Boston. So we've come a pretty long ways, I would say, from the dorm room days. So I've been going to the Cambridge Thursday Venture Cafe gatherings for the past 8 or 9 years, I think, for quite some time. So one of the significant connections that we made was there are a lot of mentors who show up every week for these weekly office hours. And so we signed up for a time slot and would show up and meet with them. And there was one instance where we had a meeting and it turned into an actual investment. And so it was fantastic. It was one of those mentors that show up week after week, meet startup after startup, and they do invest. They do, they really are there because they care about the community and they care about helping out all the different startups. So it was one of the many benefits that we, had from kind of going to Venture Cafe over many weeks. Sometimes it's like it just takes one meeting, one person to kind of believe in you at that early stage, and then after that, the rest is kind of history. So for us, especially as a hedge fund, and also as founders with very little experience, I think that it was definitely a lot harder to raise funding at the seed stage than it was once we kind of got started and launched and had a product and had things that we could really produce and show people results. One thing that I love about Venture Cafe as well is it's not just like a simple networking event, but rather it also brings and gives people opportunities that are outside of that realm. So like, for instance, I was a speaker at one of the FinTech events called FinTech Connect, and I really enjoyed that for sure. Not just speaking and giving advice to other folks about how to scale, how to grow a FinTech business, but also going to the other sessions myself, participating in those, and learning from some of the mentors who showed up at some of those sessions as well. So it was just a great I guess medium to kind of reach out to the rest of the community, and a good hub to have whatever stage we're at in our company, which is really nice. So in the earlier stages when we raised funding, coming here to Venture Cafe and getting that meeting those VCs was very valuable. And then the later stages for us now, it's more about meeting the community, meeting some stakeholders, potential partnerships with companies, things like that also have become a lot more important to us in recent days. But it's nice that we can continue that relationship with Venture Cafe over the past however many years now, regardless of what stage our company is at. And I think that's so cool. Like they don't just cater to one early stage or whatever company, but I think all stages feel like they have a place here, which is really nice. We've also networked with large financial firms here too. So, whether it's like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, sometimes they'll come over as well. So, so it really is a huge mix of diverse people here. The Start Hub website is one of those kind of unique sites that combines the entire startup ecosystem basically together onto one website. So we go on there to look for events that might be relevant to FinTech, to our specific communities, and sometimes we'll go there and maybe look at some events, click on them, either register, or sometimes we'll apply to speak at some of these events as well. So that ecosystem has been extremely helpful for us. And then the other thing that we do on the website is we'll look at other startups as well and see if we can try to connect with them, especially if they're in like a parallel industry where they face similar issues as us. It's always good to kind of meet other entrepreneurs and be open in the community and just kind of talk and open up to each other. So we definitely recommend going on to checking out the website and just seeing what opportunities are out there and seeing what could help you at your stage in your company.